Okay, good morning, class. Welcome to our English lesson today. Before we begin, let's start with our usual routine. Let's begin with a prayer to bless our class and ask for guidance throughout our lessons today. Okay, so you can start now. Amen. Okay, now let's take attendance to make sure everyone is here. As I call your name, please respond with present, okay? Dinda, Gary Shariko, okay, Dini, and Renata. Okay, okay, okay. That's all for our attendance. Okay, for our lessons today, we are going to talk about a procedure text. So, as you know, that a procedure text is a type of text that explains how to do something or how something works, and it is usually written in a step-by-step format and is used to provide instruction or directions. Okay. So before we begin, let's start with group discussion. Okay. So, let's start by working in groups to discuss several questions. And the questions are work in groups to discuss this question. So first, do you have something that is very special to you? And the second is, what is it? And third, why is it so special to you? And fourth, does the thing needs a special care? And number five, how do you take care of it? I'll give you 10 minutes to discuss about these questions, okay? And after that, you will need to report this to me. Okay, I'll give you 10 minutes. Okay, time's up, everyone. So before you guys report that to me, let me answer it as well. So, what is something that is very special to me? So, one thing that is quite very special to me is my phone. So my phone uh, is an iPhone 11 and it is quite brand new. And why is it so special to me? So I bought this by my own money, and that is one of the reason why it is so special. And well, I also brought it to several places, so that is why it is quite special to me. And does the thing need a special care? Well, it does need a special care. So I usually clean it by a special spray and also like a special towel as well. And yeah, that's uh how I take care of it. Okay. Okay, so now let's discuss your answer, everyone. Okay. Who wants to start? Okay, so that's all of the our group discussion before we begin our lessons today. So let's start with what is a procedure text? Maybe there's anyone who still remember what is a procedure text. You can point yourself. Okay, that's quite correct. So, procedure tags are used in our everyday life. For example, when we read a recipe for cooking or baking, oh yeah. Yeah, so procedure text is designed to describe how something is worked and how is something achieved through a sequence of actions or steps. And we usually follow instruction for assembling a piece of furniture or operating a machine, and that must be we are following a procedure text, and procedure texts are usually written in the present tense and use imperative verbs such as add, stir, boil, cut, and etc. So to give these imperative verbs are used to give instructions, so they are also often accompanied by pictures or diagrams to help illustrate the steps. And for example, let's take a look at this. So, uh, this text also explains how something works, like I mentioned before, to use instructions. So, when we watch instruction, how to use the video, how to use a computer, how to use a tape recorder and photocopier and a fax machine, we are following this procedure text. And also, when we there's this tech instruct how to make a particular activity like recipes, rules for games, science and experiments. So that's all that we are also following a procedure text. Okay, so the general structure of the procedure text contains three things. So procedure text typically consists of three parts, which is the goal or aim. So this text contains about purpose of making an or operating of something. And the second one is material or usually equipment. So material consists of ingredients that are used in making something, but not all parts of procedure text includes materials. Sometimes a procedure text does not have material sections as well. And the third part is steps or methods. So in this part, contains the steps or sequences that must be done so that the objectives outlined in the aim or goal to be achieved. And the steps or sequences must be sequenced from the first to the last. Okay, so now let's take a look of the example that I've made for you guys. So, in here, this example explains how to make a cup of coffee. And in this procedure text, we will be making a cup of coffee using a drip coffee maker. And this tells the reader what the procedure is about and what equipment they will need. Okay, so first is measure out the desired amount of coffee grounds and add them to the filter in the coffee maker. So this is the first step. We have to remind that this is the first step and give specific instruction on how much coffee to use and where to put it in the machine. And the second one, fill the water reservoir with the desired amount of water. And this is the second step. So, and it also explains how much water we have to use and where to put it. So the third one is the place the coffee pot under the coffee maker. And this is the third step and tells the reader where to place the pot in relation to the coffee maker before. So, and after that, we have to press the brew button to start the coffee maker. And this is the fourth step. And also, it tells the reader what button to press to start brewing the coffee. And the number five is wait for the coffee maker to finish brewing the coffee. So this is the fifth step and explains that the reader needs to wait for the coffee to finish brewing before moving on to the next step. And the next one, turn off the coffee maker and remove the coffee pot. So this is the sixth step and tells the reader what to do once the coffee is done brewing. And the next is pour the coffee from the pot into a cup. So this is the seventh step and tells the reader and how to serve the coffee itself. And next one, or the last one, is add milk and sugar to taste if desired. So this is the final step and gives the reader the option to add milk and sugar to the coffee. And that's it. You have successfully made a cup of coffee using a drip coffee maker. Okay, before we continue, do you have any question about the language features or the structure of procedure text? Please feel free to ask me now. Okay, so there's one question that show in my screen. So what is the purpose of using transitional words and phrases in procedure text? Okay, but first, thank you, Zara, for asking that. Okay, we have to appreciate Zara. Please clap your hand or show any emoticon in the Zoom. Okay, so first, what is the purpose? Okay, so the purpose of the transitional words or and phrases are used in a procedure text to provide clarity and coherence, guiding the reader through each step of the process. So they help to indicate the sequence or order or relationship between the steps and making it easier for the reader to follow and understand the instructions itself. And additionally, transitional words and phrases can also signal any exceptions, precautions, or additional information that may be relevant to the procedure text. Okay, is there anyone else who would like to ask a question? Okay, you are feel free to ask me when I'm teaching as well. Okay, so I will wait for your question. So let's take a look on another example. I have another one example. So this one. Okay, so let's take a look at an example of another procedure text. So this one explains how to make a peanut butter jelly sandwich. So we will learn how to make a classic peanut butter and jelly sandwich, and this delicious sandwich is quite popular choice for a quick and satisfying meal. So first is gather the necessary ingredients, which are the two slices of bread, peanut butter, jelly, and a butter knife. So in this step, make sure you have all the ingredients on hand before starting the procedure. And next is take one slice of bread and spread a generous amount of peanut butter onto it using the butter knife. So you can choose in here, you can choose how thick or thin you want the layer of peanut butter to be. Okay, so the next step is take the other slice of bread and spread an even layer of jelly on top of it using the same butter knife. So like the peanut butter before, you can decide how much jelly you want to add in this step. And next is carefully place the slice of bread with peanut butter on top of the slice with jelly. So making sure we have to making sure that the peanut butter and jelly sets are facing each other. Okay, so next step is gently press the two slices of bread together to form a sandwich. So in here we are going to ensure that the peanut butter and jelly are evenly distributed between the two slices of bread. And the next step is, if desired, you can cut the sandwich into halves or quarters using a sharp knife. So in this step, it is optional and you can make it easier to handle and enjoy the sandwich itself. So the last step is your peanut butter and jelly is now ready to be served and enjoyed. So you can eat it as is or pair it with a glass of milk or your favorite beverage. So that's it. That's how you make a peanut butter jelly sandwich. Okay. So is there any more question for me? Whether you want to ask about the procedure text. Okay, I think that's all for today. So, for your assignment, you will need to answer a set of multiple choice questions about procedural tax. So, the question will test your understanding of the language features and the structure of the procedure text. And please complete the question by the end of the class and submit them before you leave your class today. Okay. I already sent it on your group chat, so you can check it now. And I guess that's all for today. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. And I hope you guys understand about our material today, which is the procedure text. So if you guys have more question, you can ask me through the WhatsApp group, or you can ask me personally in the group, in the chat, personal chat as well. So you can text me all the time, okay, guys? And after you finish, you can leave the class and go back to your dormitory. Okay. And I think that's all for today. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.